What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So, right-wing influencer Riley Davis, she gets caught taking lines, going over her script, her right-wing racist script on her show, right? Proving that she is, in fact, a grifter because she doesn't actually believe the things that she says out her mouth, right? And she's getting instructions from somebody behind the camera. Now, I'm here to tell you, as you can see, a lot of other YouTubers are also talking about this woman. And y'all know I've been talking about grifters on both the left and the right for years now, right? And I've been telling you guys that they don't believe what they say. They are literally paid commentators, right? Remember, you know how old media, we got all those so-called journalists who sold their soul to corporate media for multis of millions of dollar contracts to just spew whatever the writers in the back tell them to spew and make it look like they believe it. Because since they're the famous one, or the front man, they're the influencer, they're the avatar to deliver the poison to the communities. The people give them credibility because they are on TV, because they are celebrities, because they are accredited journalists, right? Based off, you know, what society says is accredited, right? But I happen to know that this is to be true as a fact. I know a black guy, right, who is getting paid, not by YouTube, but getting paid by a right-wing organization in order to come online every day and spew obvious lies, to spew unapologetic pro-Trump propaganda, no matter how ridiculous it sounds. Now, this person I used to compete with, well, he thought we were competing, right? And he's still regressing as far as how it looks aesthetically on his show. He goes live, he wastes 2-3 hours running his mouth about nonsense, right? And no one really watches him. He has maybe 25 people watching him at the same time. He used to have hundreds, used to have 200-300 people watching him. Now he's down to, 25 people, but he's dedicated. Every day he comes online and he spews bullshit that is so obvious any person with any amount of intelligence would know there was something wrong with it, right? Because it's comical in its ridiculousness, right? But he does it, right? And on Instagram, he told me, because we do communicate, I don't actually hate anybody, and this is a battle of ideas, right? But, I communicate with some of these YouTubers, about other stuff, because they are human beings, in fact, right? No one's, actually, Darth Vader evil, you know what I'm saying, right? People just try to make money, right? So I was told by the source itself that he is getting paid to do this, somewhere around the 3-4 stacks. At his low level, he's getting that every month, and all he has to do is come online and talk shit about black people and pump up right-wing propaganda agenda. That's it. It doesn't matter how many people is watching him. It doesn't matter how that his channel's not growing. It just matters that he continues to do this so he can get that check. Tariq Nasheed has said just as much, and I'm pretty sure he's getting paid because he really doesn't have a. If you look at his following, look at his YouTube, look at his social media platforms, he can't possibly be getting. He's not really getting paid. He's not really that. He's monetized, but he's not really as famous as he seems to be, and as much influence as the FBA group has. He himself is not like a big YouTuber or big social media guy. He's not breaking in the dough with social media. He's raking in the dough offline by other groups who pay him to go online and spew this rhetoric, right? There are many others. The same way we have the black Coonarian grifters who talk trash about the black community, the racist ones are doing the same thing. A lot of these so-called racist white grifters, they're not actually racist. They're racist for pay. You understand? There are people that don't have principles. You understand? There are people who don't have principles, and they will sell their community, to the highest bidder. They will lie to their community for money because, as far as they're concerned, it's just about making a dollar. It's a hustle. It's a way to get money. It's a way to become rich. It's a way to become a millionaire. So why not? That's how they justify it. If an idiot's going to believe them, let the idiots believe them. There's an idiot born every day, right? So why not a person who's slightly smarter than an idiot? Why can't they profit off those other idiots who are more stupid than them? Why not? Right? We live in a world where people would take a drug like fentanyl, crack, heroin, acid, and various other chemicals, and they would go out on the street and they would sell it, knowing that that product has a great possibility of killing the person that's purchasing the item, right? And they'll do this every single day and justify it because they're getting money, right? They'll say, well, shit, I didn't force them to buy the drug. Just like the YouTuber will say, I didn't force them to watch my channel, right? So they relinquish all reliability because they feel like they're a storefront, and if you walk into the store, that's on you, right? So we live in a society where drug dealers would literally sell crack, heroin, and all manners of deadly drugs to their own actual community that they grew up in order to make money to get out of that community. So we already know people would kill their community, kill their family in order to get personal gain, to move and live a lifestyle of luxury, at which the American capitalistic system tells you to go live a life of luxury. Step on anybody's neck. Work 25 hours on a 24-hour day. Hustle, 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 hustle. Kill, 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 kill. Economically, only the strong survive. Like, they get people going out here to be have zero morals when it comes to making money. There's no morality, right? So people do anything to make money. So if somebody would sell drugs to make money, right? We got people, right, who, to make money, would take up arms and go kill other people, right? We got people who, let's keep it real. We got people who are willing to go kill people so they can get a free education. We got people who are willing to go kill other people so they can get free housing. Or not free housing, reduced housing, right? VA loans. I'm one of them, right? I live in the world, and I decided, I was like, yeah, I don't want to pay for college. I don't want to get a conventional loan. I want to have benefits. I want to have a leg up. What am I going to do? Yep, I'm willing to go kill people and almost die for it. Yeah, sure. Right? You got to understand, see the world we live in. People are willing to do a lot of things for money, for payola. Right? So it's not out of the realms of possibility that somebody willing to go online and lie to their people for money. Why not? Actors lie every day. That's what actors do. They get on camera. They pretend to be somebody else. They lie and then they get paid. Right? Rappers. They make a video. They lie about how there was a drug pen, there was a drug lord, right? And then they get paid, right? The grifter gets online and pretends like he cares about right-wing politics, cares about being a Republican, cares about multiculturalism, because somebody in the back, a rich white person, there's a class of rich white billionaires. You gotta understand, as many as us regular peasants that you see out here every day, there's another level of life. There's other classes of life where people are living on a whole different plane of existence. And because they live that way, they view us as, in fact, peasants. Like when you look at movies like Game of Thrones and things like that, right? The main characters are the upper class. The kings, the duchess, the dukes, the knights, the warriors, right? But you got those peasants who are just like pushing carts, selling cabbage, cutting up meat. They just walk right past them. They're like extras and shit. We're the extras to their life. That's how they view us. Therefore, we're not important. How we feel is not important as long as we don't feel like rebelling against them. Therefore, these people who got money, right? All the children of the ones who've taken advantage of the world previously, all the grandchildren of the ones who've taken advantage of the world previously need to socially engineer the peasants to believe a certain thing, right? Socially engineer the peasants to feel a certain way about a certain group. That's what the Roman Colosseums were for. Anytime that the Roman peasants, felt like they were being disenfranchised, felt like they were paying too much taxes, felt like housing was too expensive. We're talking about in Roman days, right? The people in charge would throw games to distract them, right? They would give them blood sport and ale and food and feasts, right? And they would have a good time. They would be distracted by the good time, and then they would forget about it. Because people have a short attention spans, especially when you introduce them with multiple avenues of pleasure, right? i.e. American sports entertainment networks, NFL, NBA. All year you have an arena where you can go see gladiators battle it out in one way or another to distract you. And they'll give you feasts and drink, ale and chicken wings and shit. You know what I'm saying? 24 hours distracting you. They give you entertainment on TV to distract you, mindless entertainment to distract you, so that you never actually, deal with the real issues that you have, right? So, and this is no different. It's no different. This is what's happening here. We have right-wing racist grifters who are not really racist. A lot of them they date. A lot of these people, fun thing is, a lot of these people, they date the thing that they say they don't like. They have children with the say the thing that they don't like. These people are not who they say they are. And we are, as peasants, are supposed to react a certain way to them. And there are people in the back who are paying these people. They are paying these people because if you notice, they got the same marching orders. It's so ridiculous. Anybody that has any level of critical thinking skills at this point would have pivoted already, or formulated a different ideology or opinion based off what they see on the ground. But as you can see, some of these people are staying steady with the boat, and some are better at it than others. Some of them have switched to grift, like what's her name? The best right-wing racist grifter, Candace Owens, right? The black woman who's the #1 racist grifter, who's managed to pivot. She has a long arc pivot from talking shit about black people to talking shit about Jews, because that's more acceptable, because African people are talking shit about them, racist people are talking shit about them. So she found the avenue where she can go. She found a target to attack, to galvanize those who have the same sentiment as her. And it's a safe move now. It used to not be safe, but now it's safe, right? Because she's a black woman, so she has a level of armor as well against those Jews. You understand? Certain demographics have a certain level of armor, within the public media sphere, right? And she has the longest, like, her arc is going to be so long. By the time she's done, people are going to have to remind you that, remember, she used to talk shit about black people. That's how she got rich. She's going to have to be reminded about that, right? Because that's how long her arc is. Her arc is so long it looked like it's a straight line, but it's an arc nonetheless. All right, so yeah, I'm not surprised. This is what they're doing. You can't believe none of these grifters. None of them. You can't look at the background. You know how expensive those backgrounds are to some of these right-wingers? You think that these right-wing podunk trailer trash piece of shits can afford that shit? You talking about $1 million studios that's made to look like somebody's sitting inside their really nicely decorated room. You gotta understand, a lot of these really nicely decorated rooms are actually studios. Full-blown multi-million-dollar studios that are made to fit and make you to feel comfortable with the person that's providing you with that poison. All right? So yes, I know firsthand that they are in fact getting paid by some white person in the back that's not saying nothing, that's not on TV, that's not on radio, that don't make a word, or don't say one word, but has the sentiment that they want to push a certain agenda in order to protect the well-to-do class. All right? Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the sanctity of life, our veterans, I feel very passionately about.
No, don't do that!
Wait, tell me the pillars again. So it's pro-life.
So, First Amendment, Second Amendment, sanctity of life, and veteran and first responders.
Okay.
And
First, second. Yep. Cool. Wait, tell me the pillars again. So it's pro-life.
So, First Amendment, Second Amendment, sanctity of life, and veteran and first responders.
Okay.
And
First, second. Yep. Cool. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the sanctity of life, our veterans, I feel very passionately about. Do you guys, if you're going to talk about, I mean, you hate to even call them political issues, but do you specifically say, like, the left or the right, or is that something you try to kind of refrain from? Like, if I were to say something to the effect of, like, the left is still doubling down.
Yeah, you can say. Okay, I've heard you introduce from the beginning, so.
Okay.
Almost envious of like mega content creators, especially nowadays. You know how easy it is to make that kind of content? All you gotta do is just post up on your phone and lie. If I'm really low on views, all I have to do is tell my audience that the radical left is trying to make your kids gay, and that'll cause such an outrage that I'll have like 30 reposts, 200,000 likes, 1 million views. Mega content creators that have a really dedicated fan base eat that stuff up. Like, they'll get so much positivity in those comments being like, finally, somebody's speaking the truth. It's like a statistic that was debunked like 20 years ago.
Oh, look who it is. Right-wing personality and converted Christian, Russell Brand. Russell Brand is charged with additional counts of rape and SA. Actor, comedian, and YouTuber now faces 7 counts of things you can't say on TikTok in Britain. So I've been talking about this man for years. His ego is so large, he wrote a whole book redoing the 12 steps in his own thing, and he's been coming out as a right-wing grifter for quite a while. And the question remains, why is it that the right-wing community accepts these people? All they have to do is say that they found Jesus or they found Christianity or whatever, and they can go and have a whole another career when other communities won't accept them. And I could go through a whole list of people, whole list of celebrities who have done this, and they always seem to do it before they know that the charges are coming out.
So by that logic, does that mean MAGA is a bunch of grown babies? Exhibit A. Look at this shit. Diapers over Dims. She's wearing a full-blown diaper with this orange motherfucker's fat ass face on the crotch that says real men wear diapers, but this is obviously a lady. So does this mean that this is a trans woman and this is really a dude? We can also make the argument that every single MAGA is going to hell based on their own beliefs. Exhibit B. Y'all built a fucking golden idol of this motherfucker. This breaks like 2 or 3 commandments on its own. This is the man y'all are fighting so hard to defend. Look at this shit. He's like, I don't understand it. What made you guys sell your soul to the literal Antichrist? He put marks on every one of your foreheads and y'all don't even fucking see it.
Woolly mammoth and a mastodon. Hey, what's the difference? Prove me wrong. I get it. One is woolly and the other one is not. Hey, woolly mammoth and a mastodon. Hey.
I pray all of the billionaires who exploit the lower class fucking die. And they get licked down, put in the ground, dug up, and then fucking told to die again. Bitch ass fuck. Fuck is you talking about? Amen.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.